Exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards, all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Johnson. Johnson on poke free. Football's held.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
wow. Go. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the team...
Williams loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. Now, I guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
That one good for 14 and the Seahawk first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The 20. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown Seattle. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chester Rogers, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He probably wants to improve how he's been playing. There's no doubt about that. But you don't want to overthink it too much and reinvent the wheel when your team's up, right?
That's so true. Because now if you're just worried about how you're playing, even though the team's winning, that's a selfish side of you that you don't want out there. And that's not what the best quarterbacks exhibit. So here's an opportunity to go ahead and guide the team, try and get better as the game goes along. But remember, your team's winning. Things are pretty good.
Yeah, they've got the advantage. We'll see how he does personally here this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. On second down, it's Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. On first down, Trubisky. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, McAllister flushed out right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, he's airing it up, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And That's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Flush to his right. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McAllister. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that.
You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Chopper! Hey, Delta!
Looking to throw. McAllister. And a scary incompletion. Almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now the ball comes loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Sack there by Jadeveon Clowney.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Hey, Alpha. Check. Ready?
On first and 10, McAllister. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Bravo.
Switch up.
Back to throw. McAllister. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
On third down, Trubisky, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
7 yards there and a first down.
Hey, Wahoo!
Let him know.
Throwing on first down. McAllister eluding the pressure right. He'll find Metcalf. That goes for a gain of 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Hey, Haywood! Switch! Go!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Williams. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 15 now. Trubisky got it complete to Rodgers. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy?
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He finds Robinson. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are able to make things a bit more respectable. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Gay now set to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. The Seahawks on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Hey, exit.
Hatchet.
Looking to throw. McAllister. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, McAllister escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. So out now come the Cardinals. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you do.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. But defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Flushed out right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
On 4th down, McAllister. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? If you're nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he's got Rodgers.